Let's make a small batch of sourdough bagels. Yum! I asked my friends on Instagram what I should make, and one of my friends, Kayla W, said that I should try out sourdough bagels. So let's try it. To a small bowl, you're going to start out by measuring out 100 grams of sourdough. To your KitchenAid bowl, you're going to add in half a tablespoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of instant yeast, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and mix that together. And then you're going to add in half a cup of water plus 1/8 of a cup of water and mix that all together with your dough hook attachment. Oops! And you're going to add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour. If you have bread flour, use that. And then mix it until a small dough ball forms. This has been mixing for about a minute, so I'm going to scrape the sides. And if you need to, if it's not wet enough, add 1 tablespoon of water until a dough forms. But make sure you scrape the sides as well. I'm just going to add in about 1 tablespoon of water, and hopefully that will help it come together a little bit better. That's perfect. It came off the sides and there's very little remaining, and that's perfect. So I'm going to put a little bit of oil in this bowl. I'm going to rub the dough all around the oil, cover it up with plastic wrap, and let it sit for about 60 to 90 minutes or until it doubles in size. The dough has risen and it's gone doubled in size. So now we have a little bit of flour on the surface of the counter, and we're just going to throw it out like that. I just patted it down a little bit with my hands to make this circle. It's about the size of my hand. My hand is kind of large, but whatever. Then I cut it in half this way and then this way to make 4 pieces. You could probably get 6 out of this, but I'm doing just 4. While you've got your bagels over there that you just cut, make sure to heat up some water. I'm doing a large pot of water, and then probably a tablespoon of brown sugar in there. Throw a little bit of water on there for some friction, and then you're going to take the rolls and basically just go like this. You don't want a ton of water because you don't want it super wet, but just a little bit of water to create friction. And then you're going to take the rolls and basically go in a circular motion until it becomes a small roll almost. I put some water on the counter, just a couple drops, and then you're going to take your whole palm and just go like this until it becomes a little dough ball. Boop, boop. This one's a little harder to do with just one-handed. So I put a little hole through here, and then you're basically going to take your 2 fingers like this and make the hole a little bit bigger than you think it needs to be, because when you bake it, it will shrink. So that is probably just perfect. And then I kind of go around like this and squish it all together so that it all becomes even, and do that for all 4 of them. My friend Katelyn told me about this trick, so thank you, Katelyn. I really appreciate you telling me that I needed to make the holes bigger, because I did not know that, so that's very good to know. Now that those are all put together nicely, I'm going to throw a towel over it and let them rest for about 10 minutes. While those guys are resting, go ahead and start your water boiling so that it's ready by the time they are done resting. Okie dokie, the water is boiling, so now I'm going to stick them in for 1 minute on each side, and then flip it, and then boil for another minute on the other side. I brushed a little egg white on them, and you can leave these plain. You can put a little bit of salt on them, sesame seeds, jalapeno peppers, whatever you want. I don't have any poppy seeds or anything like that, so I am just going to do some shredded cheddar. And yes, I'm using the bagged stuff because that's what I have. I also think bagels need a little bit of salt on each one of them before they bake as well. So if you want them extra salty, do more salt, but I think it just adds a nice little taste to it. Then I added a generous amount of shredded cheddar on there, and I'm going to bake them at about 375, 400 maybe, for about 7 minutes, then rotate them and repeat for another 7 minutes, or until they're nice, golden brown, delicious. And there they are, sourdough bagels. Look at them, baby. So happy with how they turned out. I did them for 7 minutes, rotated, did another 7 minutes, and then they needed another 3 minutes. They could have gone probably another 4 minutes, but I cut it off at 3 minutes, and I am so excited with these. So let's give them a try and see how they taste. First off, just look at that. Look at that beautiful inside. I'm super happy with that and how they turned out. all. Like, these are so good. I'm so happy with them and so happy how they turned out. I am just like flabbergasted that I could use sourdough in these. So any more suggestions that you guys have to use my sourdough starter, please send them my way, because I want to make everything now that my sourdough starter is like officially a little baby. It's growing up. It's like a toddler now. I'm so happy. Anyways, I'm just gonna be over here so happy about these bagels. So hope you guys enjoy and have. Just kidding. One more for the shot. Just kidding. Look at them. Oh my goodness. Okay, bye.